Welcome to the Westernacher webinar. My name is Douglas, and together with my colleague Peter, we'll be presenting the topic switching from WM to EWM.
Hello and warm welcome also from my side. My name is Peter and I'm working for Westernacher as EWM consultant, and I will guide you through the second half of our webinar. As we are covering quite large topic today and not all details can fit into our short time window, so please do not hesitate and send us your question. A webinar app has a dedicated tool where you can post your questions so we can collect them at the end.
By the end of this presentation, we hope to answer your questions and expectations with regards to SAP warehouse management developments. We will look at what is currently available now and beyond 2025 with regards to warehouse management application. Just a note before we start. This webinar will be recorded and publicly accessible. All attendees will be muted, and this presentation will be sent to you via an email afterwards. Now, let's look at the agenda for today. First on the agenda is warehouse management by SAP. What is the future with regards to SAP warehouse management solutions and how to gear and prepare on what is coming beyond 2025? The next point on the agenda is extended features compared to WM. We will look at what functionality is available on the extended warehouse management. And third on the agenda is the topic on how to approach migration from WM to EWM. As Peter has said, this will be presented by him. And lastly, we will get an opportunity to answer your questions. Now, just the company overview. Who is Westernacher? Westernacher comprises of more than 600 experts. We've been in existence and innovating for more than 50 years. We are a SAP partner for more than 25 years, and we are 100% owned by employees. Where do you find Westernacher? Our footprint is spread globally, and we have offices in 25 cities and 18 countries. Our vision is to increase this footprint, and we have delivered warehouse management solutions all over the world. Our head office is in Heidelberg, Germany. Now, let's look at what SAP is offering on warehouse management. With the introduction of S4, SAP will replace WM with stock room management and extended warehouse management from 2025. Basic features of SAP EWM are included in a SAP S4HANA Enterprise. Now, let's look at the current warehouse management applications provided by SAP. The first one to look into is warehouse management, which is WM. SAP's roadmap is to build every SAP application on the S4HANA platform. WM, as we know today, will no longer be compatible for the S4HANA platform beyond 2025. There will be no further developments around WM beyond 2025. And to the next application available, which is the stockroom management. Stockroom management is a warehouse management solution with limited functionality, and it does not support automated warehouses. It is just a solution for stockroom and supported without further development. The advanced WM functionalities like TRM, value-added services, yard management, cross-docking, wave management, and decentral WM. All those functionalities will be part of EWM. Now, let's look at what is EWM. SAP EWM is a warehouse management solution for warehouses of all sizes, and it has ability to support automated warehouses. It has extended features compared to WM, and SAP will continue support it and further develop beyond 2025. Now, how do we deploy EWM? This is one of the options available on the S/4HANA platform, where we have one plant connected to multiple embedded EWM systems and multiple decentral EWM systems, with an option of connecting EWM Cloud Edition. Now, let's look at some extended features of EWM compared to WM. The first feature we'll look into is process and layout oriented storage control. EWM has process and layout oriented storage control, and this is used to route the received shipping pallets to a pick and drop zone or via a work center to perform and track other warehouse activities. Those activities might include quality inspection in the inbound process, value-added services, and deconsolidation. A good example would be receiving parts which come in different sizes and boxes to build a full pallet. The process and layout storage control can route the pallets to a deconsolidation area where unpacking and packing can be done. And once completed, the put away task gets created to the final destination bins. Off to the next feature of EWM. Mobile RF technology. EWM RF technology covers much more scenarios than WM RF. The customizing options in EWM are much deeper and provided a lot of flexibilities. The next feature is resource management. Resource management is used to manage your resources in the warehouse, and at any given time, you can be able to track the movement and the amount of work that has been processed by the resource. And it has an ability to distribute the workload amongst the operators. You do not require any interface, and it has a full process transparency. To the next feature, which is production integration. EWM comes with advanced integration for process and production orders. It can interface to manufacturing execution systems. EWM takes care of all material movements that are related to production, and it supports single and cross-order staging as well as crate parts replenishments. All the movements can be done using your EWM RF transaction. And lastly, EWM supports repetitive manufacturing. The next feature is transportation integration. With extended warehouse management, you can integrate it with transportation management for loading and unloading. It is easy to integrate EWM with SAP TM and SAP Yard Logistics without any middleware. EWM supports the loading sequence, which optimizes your outbound staging lanes. And the next feature is MFS. Material Flow Systems, which is abbreviated as MFS. It manages the conveyor systems and supports pallets and containers. The communication is direct from EWM to the PLC, and no middleware is required. And now we will look at architectural options of implementing MFS. We have external MFS. With this option, your SAP EWM is connected to a third-party warehouse control systems which then communicates to your PLC. The next option is internal MFS. Your SAP EWM with MFS connects to the PLC via SAP Pico. The next one is hybrid MFS. With this option, SAP EWM connects to SAP Pico, which connects to your third-party warehouse control systems that communicates to the PLC. And the next option is without SAP Pico. Your SAP EWM with MFS connects directly to the PLC using TCP IP. And the last architectural options we have, you can have two EWM systems, one central and one decentral with EWM, which then connects to the PLC direct using TCP IP. I will now hand over the next part of the presentation, which will be presented by my colleague, Peter.
Thank you, Rakesh, for guiding us through the first half of the presentation. And now let's take a closer look at how we can approach the migration topic and how much time and effort such project can take. So for the migration from WM to EWM, let's look at 4 important topics, which are analyze and roadmap, train and enable, implement and roll out, and support and improve. So in general, to start with the analysis, there are a few aspects we usually consider. First one is the greenfield versus brownfield approach. So while there are standard tools provided by SAP to migrate your existing WM configuration and data to EWM, at some level of complexity, it might be just easier and actually cheaper to design the warehouse processes from a clean state and with freedom to innovate without having to consider previous iterations and restrictions. Second aspect is a review of your business process and requirements while considering all new EWM features. This is typically quite a happy part of the work because you will find out how EWM will make your work much easier. Quick wins are identified as well as cost-saving opportunities for the warehouse operation. Another aspect is to find a suitable type of EWM product, whether to go with embedded or decentralized, or with a system in cloud. This decision goes in hand with business processes, as there are such which simply require a centralized system, for example. Also, potential benefits and cost savings don't come just from EWM itself. The ability to integrate warehouse processes with other components represent a large part of the analysis, and you will be very happy to find further cost reductions in integration with transportation system, for example, which is part of the larger roadmap. Overall approach to the migration process is then adapted to the company's S4HANA strategy. So timing and integration options which are given by customer landscape and which are driving the project plan is reflected as well down to individual processes. So how we innovate. Important aspect in our approach is also to look at EWM from a larger perspective and also from integration point of view with other SAP system as well as new technologies. EWM can bring you further cost reductions by using the new analytics tool, for example, or using the new production integration. Also, potential cost saving is coming with utilization of cloud services like cloud robotics, which is an open source based standard SAP add-on, or new machine learning applications like image recognition, which is a huge help when we do, for example, inbound receiving and counting. Here you can see an example of how a roadmap can be defined. Migration to S4 starts in ECC with a conversion to WM into S4 environment first. Then during finalization of S4 and after warehouse data is converted, we start with EWM. Then it's deployed during S4 optimization and stabilization. This is a cost-effective approach which allows you to aim, for example, for the automation project to start once both systems are stabilized. Technically, however, it's also possible to start with the centralized EWM on S4 first, and it also depends on the overall architecture and scheduled upgrades. In our approach, we believe that knowledge is sharing, So we aim for maximum involvement of the internal warehouse team from the very beginning. We provide initial training on EWM, as well as early involvement roles, so we can help to raise your internal SMEs and internal consultants as quickly as possible to benefit the whole project and to help you to reduce your project cost. During project realization, we can also provide training to your developers, so they better understand EWM environment, as it has a separate namespace and is using a separate database tables and function blocks. Where possible, we involve a template build-out with a suitable rollout strategy and offer a local support for the project. This involves training of your internal team, which further can reduce cost of your project. Our global presence allows you to utilize local resources while keeping the high-quality standards of the pilot. As a bonus, this approach includes usage of our Westernacher innovations. So, for example, if you choose to use our new RFUI 5 mobile app, we make that part of your rollout plan. So, here you can see an example of such a rollout plan. The major investment is the template build-out and its validation, which can be also combined with the template implementation and KPI benchmarking to first measure the benefits before being deployed further. Template rollouts can run in sequence or in parallel to either maximize the team presence or to reduce the cost of your project. Another important part of the EWM project is to prepare internal team for ongoing improvements. EWM is a very dynamic product, especially with the new business APIs coming in for machine learning. So regular updates with new features are making a large part of application support. So we develop an application management concept as part of the roadmap, and we aim to involve your team as the project starts. So here are our success factors. These are comprising of an individual roadmap, early training and enablement, maximum usage of SAP standard, cost-effective rollout plan, usage of the latest innovations, and sustainable application maintenance. Now let's have a look at standard SAP roadmap for EWM. SAP is constantly improving and innovating the EWM product. There are new releases on functionality in EWM every year. So some of the examples for next year is synchronous ERP posting and production integration. So repetitive manufacturing, Kanban, backflash, control cycles. Also new Fiori apps and enhanced analytics. For the next year, we can expect some new automotive scenarios just in time, just in sequence. Also a tighter integration with QM and harmonized serial number profiles. There are a few specific TM integration topics which we are currently missing, but SAP team is working hard on it. And we are looking forward to see in the next year, as well as additional analytics. And a product vision regarding the ideas for optimization in 2 years is focused on IoT, additional TM integration scenarios, and retail and e-commerce, as well as optimization capabilities. As an example of one of our Westernacher assets and our continuous innovation is a new RF screen. While at many warehouses, we can still see original WM character-based telnet RF screens. And with EWM, you can see standard ITS mobile with HTML4. With Westernacher, you can use HTML5 scan already. This allows you to keep all standard functionalities from the backend systems like screen flows, authorizations, login data, and still to use the touchscreen friendly layout, Fiori-like graphics, and to enjoy faster speed. For this add-on, you can find a separate video on our YouTube channel. So for full list of benefits, feel free to ask. 4 reasons why we believe that you should partner with Westernacher on your journey from WM to EWM. Number 1, we are a quality leader in business process and technology innovation globally. Number 2, we are the industry experts with SAP solution experts. 3, our global presence allows local delivery capabilities. And lastly, we are unique, stable, and committed in delivering warehouse solutions since 1969. Also, we have partnered with several selected automation partners in the industry with long-standing experience and who are providing different automation technologies for your projects, as we are able to cover retrofit as well as new implementations. So now it is a big thank you to all of you who are still with us. We have reached the end of our webinar.